Yo, what is cracking? We are back in the Bay at the Mix headquarters in Berkeley, California. I am your host, Justin Woodward, co-founder of the Mix, and this is the Guerrilla Collective Presents, where we are giving you that second helping of summer barbecue goodness with the taste of brand new world premieres, and then diving into the best of the best from last week's GC showcase. There's so many awesome showcases all week, from AAA to cozy and wholesome. It has been a busy summer, and we appreciate you all catching some rays and sun with us. We want to thank the developers for working with us to share their love and artistic expression to the world. We also want to thank our sponsors for being a part of the movement and contributing to the culture by supporting this stream. We also want to thank the broadcasting partners that we have for supporting us as well. Twitch, IGN, GameSpot, and Steam. You have really helped to make this happen and put the Mix on the map. Our Steam event page is still live and fired up, everybody, so head there and wishlist the games from today's showcase and last week's Showcase 2. Make sure to follow us on social media at Indie Exchange and at Guerrilla Collect on Twitter, and everywhere else at Media Indie Exchange and Guerrilla Collective. After the Guerrilla Collective Presents, we are going to pass the brisket to the folks at Dames for Games, who will be highlighting women in the game industry, and then Black Voice in Gaming to add some flavor to this summer's game showcases. Let's get started with an exclusive game announced for the first time here on the Guerrilla Collective and remix things up with some highlights from last week's showcase. Let's get cooking.
Would you look at that? Just another beautiful day in Sprankle Water. Oh my. Oh, glorious. Hang on. Isn't that Terry, isn't it? I've been hearing a lot about you recently. So tell us, Terry, what's everyone fussing about? Well, that sounds like quite the adventure, Terry. What's this whole escapade called, Ah, yes. Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. I'll make a note of that.
From time to time, I ask myself, is it possible to miss something you've never known? Let me rephrase. Is it possible to be homesick for a place you have never been? I was born on Earth, but I think I have been homesick for Europa my whole life. By the time you read this, I'll be gone, and the world will look very different from how it does now. But the island should still be there. They built this thing to last. Come to the island if you ever get lonely. Come here and think of me.
Boom, and we are back. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Guerrilla Collective because those games were so creative. It was all started in order for developers to come together and highlight their games, and for enthusiasts who want to see something different to catch another vibe. That last segment did that for sure. Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip just turned up. That's that's like a straight up mouthful just saying Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. You got to say that 3 times fast. Such style and color. Super Adventure Hand stood out with how well it translates active phalanges to the platforming genre, and Europa has that feeling of just world exploration. Love the creativity there and all those titles that we just showed. Up next, we are going to chop it up with some contemporary instant vintage retro-inspired games that range from action to RPG. Let's go.
My name's Dynamite Anton. I'm a destruction worker. Some people call me the Dynamite Man. You know, it's pretty hard being a single dad. You're raising a little pink hedgehog girl. You know, I used to be an exterminator. It was a really bad job. I would fall down sewers, fall down manholes, and I'd have to climb my way back up. And then my roommate would just tell me, "You smell like shit." You know, kids always come up to me and they're like, "Hey, Anton, say the line. Anton, say the line." And I gotta go, "Does anyone here want to buy Anton Blast?"
It's time to paint the town red in Anton Blast, an explosive adventure coming soon to Steam and Nintendo Switch.
You still here?
Welcome to Crashlands. 2. Explore a world filled with wonder, mystery, and some of these things. And then slap them. And slap those too. Just slap it all. Except these. The great outdoors isn't so great when you got no indoors. Best to make a home for yourself. But not just yourself, because loneliness sucks. So build a friendship, because that kind of ship won't crash. After all, if you're gonna make it on this planet, you'll need all the help you can get.
Okay, what is that?
Demons.
Being a bishop ain't easy. It takes a toll in ways you can't imagine. One day you'll find out the same thing. Now get back to work.
Feel Shale's power!
I've no time for this.
Take that!
I could have timed that better. I've got to be faster. There are things that the living cannot understand.
death is only the beginning of the final voyage. It's just not that time yet.
Yo, Iron Meat is just so metal. It is all up in the name. It touched on that Alien Wars vibe and scratched that itch nicely. You know, it fascinates me how devs can keep the legacy of these genres going strong by adding their own touch, personality, and style. So cool. Anton Blast, you know, it's a follow-up to Anton Ball and captures that kinetic energy of destruction and speed so elegantly. Questmaker is one of those games that brings the retro Zelda-esque style, and all while making it contemporary with the dungeon building and sharing aspects of those kind of games. So cool. Make sure to wishlist the games on Steam that you've seen here through the Steam event page and follow all of the developers. They appreciate it. For our last segment, we are going to get into some more narrative-driven games. Some will have darker tones and more adult themes, all while showcasing new looks with art direction and game design. Let's check them out.
Hi, I'm Marco, Creative Director at Ironlands. Today I'm taking you behind the scenes of Nivalis, the cyberpunk slice of life sim we are developing.
Bonjour.
Yes. Bonjour. Okay.
Here we are in Paris at Mocap Lab to do the motion capture for Nivalis. Every morning our actors Christelle and Florian had to be prepped with markers that the Vicon system cameras can detect at up to 2000 frames per second. Characters play a vital role in the game. Your staff, the guests that come to your noodle bar, corporate security, gangs, and all the other people that you meet in the city. They all have their life, and we want their animations to be as true to life as possible. Besides capturing the body movement, We also capture props like umbrellas, trays, meals, fishing rods, kitchen appliances, as well as how the characters interact with chairs, tables, bars, and other objects in the game world. Nivalis is a city that stretches from the ocean to the clouds. The entire city is flooded, crumbling from the pressure of thousands of buildings stacked onto each other over hundreds of years. Nivali residents call it their home. Our motion capture allows us to form more complex interactions with characters, as you make friends, enemies, compete with rivals, forge business partnerships, or maybe even find love. Nivalis is a city full of life, intrigue, and mystery. Thank you for joining me on this little tour behind the scenes. You can wishlist Nivalis now on Steam and the Epic Game Store.
Humanity's thirst for knowledge led to our greatest triumph and our ultimate downfall. We opened the door to worlds beyond our comprehension, but from that door, an unimaginable evil called the Root slipped through and destroyed everything. A couple decades back, we dealt the Root a heavy blow, bought ourselves some time. We rebuilt as best we could, licked our wounds and forged a path forward, step by step. But our time is running out. Everything is prey to the Root, and as long as they exist, we will always be hunted. That's where you come in. We need you to journey to some dangerous yet wondrous worlds and stop the Root once and for all. To survive, you'll need to push every skill you've got to its limit. But we don't just need you to survive. We need you to prevail. Use whatever gear you can find. Modify your weapons with what you can scrounge up in your travels. And be smart. Bring the backup you need. We're counting on you, traveler. Stop this infestation before it extinguishes the last flickering flame of humanity. If you fail, well, let's just say failure isn't an option. Our future is in your hands now. Without you, everything we know and love will fall to ash.
Nobody's beyond redemption, Chelsea. Nobody. No matter who they are or what they've done. The right path is always there. If we choose to walk it.
Our section I sacrificed my health, my body, my life, everything. What do you want?
My employers have a job for you. You ever heard of the Underground Fight Championship?
Oh, the game is still being played, Chelsea. You just never realized it because you were only a pawn.
You want me to keep a secret? That's gonna cost you.
To be the player, fully committed. No more listening to this blank game. I can't allow their dark design. Not this time.
I'm not a pawn anymore. Now I'm one of the players. I don't know who you people are, but I am coming for you.
We can be free.
Still afraid of the dark, sis.
Wow, the style of Evolutus is it's a new direction for art and animation, and seeing the ins and outs of Nivalis and how it's progressing is super fascinating. All of the games this summer were just so good. Thanks to all of the developers for sharing their babies and art with us. Such talented teams that are inspiring to current and next generation game developers and artists. Like, I can't even express it. Thanks to our sponsors for putting it down and supporting our events. Shout out to our broadcasting partners, Twitch, GameSpot, IGN, and Steam. We have more showcases, interviews, and in-person events coming up, so make sure to follow us for updates on Twitter at Indie Exchange and at Guerrilla Collect, and everywhere else at Media Indie Exchange and Guerrilla Collective. Make sure to tune in next for Dames for Games and Black Voice in Gaming. Once again, I'm your host, Justin Woodward, co-founder of The Mix. I will see you soon. Peace.